In this lesson, we are going to take a look at how we can modify the page setup for a layout tab. The layout tabs are located here in the lower left corner. We can see I have a model tab and a layout 1 tab in this particular drawing. You could potentially have several tabs, each one set up to go to a different printer and a different size sheet of paper. If you're starting from a default template, it may not be set up, as in my case. So I'm going to click on layout 1, and I can see the current layout of my page. This is most likely going to either the default printer or it might be set to no printer at all. And it's going to the default paper size, probably the 8.5 by 11 letter size paper in my case. I want to modify this for my specific printer and size paper, so I'm going to right click on the Layout 1 tab and choose Page Setup Manager. The current layout tab is highlighted, and I can see some information such as the fact that the printer is set to none and we currently have an 8.5 by 11 landscape sheet of paper. I'm going to click Modify. This looks very similar to the plot dialog box. The idea here is that I'm going to set the page setup ahead of time so that when it is time to print, all of this information is filled out and I can simply click OK. I'm going to begin by selecting my printer. I could select a physical printer. In my case, I'm going to choose to create a digital file using the DWF plotter. Next, I'm going to choose the paper size. In my case, I'm going to choose the Architectural C18 by 24 paper size. Then in the plot area section, I'm going to make sure this is set to layout, which it should be by default. You do not see the layout option when you're in the model tab, but it does appear when you're on a layout tab. Next, I want to confirm that the scale is 1:1. The drawing itself may not be printed 1:1. That will be handled through viewports, but the entire sheet, the 18 by 24 sheet, will be printed full scale on an 18 by 24 inch sheet of paper. Finally, I'm going to select the monochrome plot style table so that everything prints in black. There's several other changes that I can make in here, but I'm going to accept those changes thus far and click OK, then close. Initially, it almost looks as though this viewport got smaller on the sheet of paper, but what actually happened is the viewport is the same size, the piece of paper got larger. Instead of 8.5 by 11, I'm now looking at an 18 by 24 inch sheet of paper. At this point, if I want, I can go ahead and insert a title block and border. And as you can see, the title block and border appear inside the dashed lines here. The dashed lines represent the printable area. Notice how the printable area is smaller on the top and bottom than it is on the left and right side. That's due to the type of printer that I'm using. It has different top and bottom and left and right margins. To recap, in order to modify a page setup, we just right-click on the tab, go to Page Setup Manager, click Modify, make any changes to our page setup, click OK, then close, and we will see the updates here on this Layout tab. That concludes this lesson on modifying a page setup for a layout in AutoCAD.